Hello everyone. So when I was in Finland there just a few days ago, the Finnish government passed this law, pretty much. It's not law yet until next month. And obviously Ireland has something similar. But in terms of Finland, I'll talk about it in a second. But in Ireland the law is there, but I don't think it's enforced. Now unfortunately there was a serious accident in Cavan when I was gone too, in relation to e-scooters. And particularly young people on e-scooters. And this is what I want to get across. It's not really elderly people, even though they're dangerous for everybody. They are very dangerous machines for pedestrians. Even for the person that's riding, it's very, very dangerous. And I would say to people to stay away from these things if you can. Some people use them to get to work, so I understand that, I get that. But if you have a choice between walking or taking public transport, I would choose the latter than taking an e-scooter. I never was on an e-scooter. I was on an electric bike before. I have an electric bike, but I wouldn't get on an e-scooter. I deemed them far too dangerous. That's why they're not allowed on public transport too. The batteries can catch fire easily enough, more than an electric bike. There was bad accident last year in Finland with a young boy that was killed, and he was about 10 or something like that. And then this year there was another accident. Another young person was killed on an e-scooter. Because again, when you're young, and I'm young too, pretty much young, you feel invincible. You don't pay attention, or you have earphones and that stuff. You're not paying attention, and you don't blame the young people. You don't blame young people for doing it. You're enjoying life and you're enjoying the flow. But things, again, this is dangerous. You can be knocked off, hit by a car. Many things could happen, unfortunately. And there's a law, as I say, in Holland, just made last year, literally last year. The law was introduced that you couldn't be on the footpath, banned from on the footpath to go 20 kilometers an hour, and users must be 16 or older. So the law is at the moment under 15s, so it's a bit more tougher there, I suppose. And there will be a lot more enforcement of it because they are going to have actually police, like special units of the police, pretty much, in a few major cities to go and do dedicated police to deal with this, pretty much what I'm saying. Like over here, the guards have to deal with it, and there's no special unit of them called the Sinn Féin because the only job of them is to pull people on e-scooters, on the footpaths and stuff like that, to keep an eye on that. The roads policing unit of Garda Síochána, the police service here, have to police all the roads, have to do all this and have to do this and have to do that, and you have to check points, the whole shebang. And pretty much they have 110 things to do. In terms of policing the roads, etc. It's a lot of work. But the good thing here, they're going to get new people, police officers, to just enforce this. Like, their dedicated job, along with the only police officer, of course. But there has to be something really done, because as I say, there was a serious accident in Cavan just when I was gone on an e-scooter. It's deadly. Like, these are deadly things. I hope this was a few days ago, as I say, the 24th of May. I haven't heard much word since, but hopefully the child is, hopefully they survive, of course. But it's a pretty bad accident. I've been told many times by a few people I know. But we do have to look at it. It's very important to look at it, because we need to look at it more, to be totally honest. I nearly would say we shouldn't really have them at all, but in a lot of cases you probably would need them, unfortunately. That's the way it's going. Because they're simply not safe, and to be totally honest, you probably should be wearing a helmet on these e-scooters too. Even if we enforce that, but it's impossible to enforce too. Or even that the person is strapped onto these scooters, because you can easily fall off on these scooters. So I've seen one person before, they were going on the footpath, this was in Ireland, and they were on an e-scooter and they fell backwards. They were getting up and they fell backwards, so they pretty much fell off the thing. Dangerous enough. Like, there's no you're basically only holding onto the handles. There's no safety strap or anything. Like a motor, you could say the same for a bicycle too. But an e-scooter can go very fast. It can really, really go fast. I've seen people doing probably 40 miles before an hour on an e-scooter. Like, they can go really, really fast when you really hoof it. They can really, really. Some of them can go really, really fast. I've seen videos online too. They can go probably 100 kilometers an hour. Some of them, and it's too dangerous. It's far too dangerous, because again, you have no strap, you're pretty much holding onto handlebars. The thing with bicycles and stuff, it's a bit more steadier, a bicycle, and a push bike and an electric bike is a bit more steadier. This is not really, it's only a stick. At least on the bike you have a bit of stability, in my opinion, because I ride push bikes, I have an electric bike. But let me know what you think, because it is important that we talk about these things. It's important because, again, the law is there, but I don't think it's enforced near enough probably what it should be. Although to the government's credit and the state's credit, it's not as bad on footpaths. When they were forced came across, them. They used to be all the time. We used to have always jump off the footpath to let people go by on the footpaths with these scooters. To the credit now, it's not as bad as it used to be on footpaths. At least that's a consolidation. But still, at the same time, it's pretty bad in terms of young people not paying attention and and all that. And again, as we've seen in Cavan there recently, very young people in serious accidents with them. But again, it's all about balance, I think, in this case. But there's many things we could do to stop. But what I'm trying to say is we need to kind of be stricter on it, because we don't want to see young people getting hurt. We don't want to see young people getting killed. I don't think everybody can agree on that we need to do something, because it's going to be more prevalent the next few years. If it's bad now, it's going to be bad in the next 10 years. So we need to kind of get it right. And again, the only reason really why I'm talking about this at the moment is because the Finnish government pretty much passed this. And again, Ireland was forced to do this. But it's a bit more strict, as I say, with under 15s. I nearly would say we have to look at it a bit more until probably 18. The law at the moment 16. I do think we should probably increase by another 2 years until 18. Then you'll be able to have an e-scooter. I think something like that. And I know people will probably argue with that, but I do take it so. Because you need to be responsible, because you're on the road, you're not allowed on the footpath, and it's a dangerous job being on the roads too. And you need to be aware, you need to have full attention pretty much on the road. But anyway, let me know what you think, subscribe more, and bye.